All right, it is time for my 10th attempt at getting a perfect score on Ethno Guessr. Hopefully, we got some good options here. Nice variety. Okay. I'll say immediately what my brain immediately associated that with Iranian, probably just based on people I've known. I'll think about it for a little bit. This is definitely a new one, I think. Don't think I've got this one before. Could it be? It could be maybe North African. I don't think it's North African. I think Iranian, my initial gut feeling of Iranian might be right. I'm just gonna go for there. Is that the best part of Iran to go for? What else could this be? Could be Turkish or something like that. Hmm. Could it be Afghan? I guess it could be. The eyes don't look super Asiatic, so I feel like probably shouldn't move it over there. It's probably a decent guess. Maybe a bit more towards Pakistan. No, I don't think so. Maybe actually even a little bit more than in this direction. Yeah, I'll go for that. I'll go for that. Okay, fuck yeah. That's satisfying. That my immediate gut instinct was correct. This looks like Iranian people I've known, and that's what it was. I'm happy with that because that wasn't a repeating one at all. Okay, I shouldn't get too happy now because what the fuck is this? This one I think looks Native American, but it also could be Filipino. Like this one actually might be Southeast Asian. Hmm. If it's Native American, okay. If I'm going with my gut and like I had another gut instinct, like based on people I've known, this has looked most like probably a Honduran person. So I guess I should continue the trend of going with that initial gut instinct of like that looks like a Honduran person I've seen, and I'll go with that again, I guess. I'm a little worried it's in South America, but I'll go with that. Okay, I was pretty close, pretty close. I actually okay, yeah, okay. Whatever. I wasn't super far off. Whatever. This one we've had before. This is the Anu. I should stop saying that. It would make me look better if if I don't say that we've had it before. I could just pretend I haven't, but my viewers would know. But and that would be dishonest. I'm not that type of person. I'll just go for that. Um, Pretty sure we've had this one as well before, and it's like something like that. Yeah. Sucks when we get the ones that are repeating. Might have had this one before. Honestly, I don't remember. I think Cameroon would be the safe bet for this one. Okay, it wasn't too close. I don't know how I'm gonna like learn these differences, if I'm ever gonna learn which of these sub-Saharan groups are which. Whatever. My score is like it's all right, I guess. This one looks kind of Japanese, but also kind of northern. I'm thinking, and I'm pretty sure we've had it, but I still don't remember which one it was. I'm just gonna go for that. It's pretty close. That's a pretty specific one. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'm somewhat satisfied with that, considering how like that would be kind of difficult to guess. So I guess that one's a decent guess. Well, we've had this one already. Why do they keep repeating these same ones? This is bizarre. Like there's something wrong with how these tests are choosing the next round of daily guesses. Hmm. What is that? I did have an initial gut feeling again that it looks like an Israeli person I've seen named Maynard Solomon, who's a soccer player. I don't think it's that though. What would this be? I wouldn't be surprised if this one was actually European. It could be Middle Eastern as well, though. That Maynor Solomon guy is Israeli, but he's also Portuguese. He's like mixed between both, so maybe I should take that into account and not just go for Israeli. I remember because I have looked at this phenotype website before, and I remember something about this stubby nose. Um, I remember thinking that the initial like early hunt or like the early Neolithic farmer population. I remember having the idea in my head because like Europeans like come from three main ancestral groups. There's the early Neolithic farmers from the Anatolia region, and then there's the hunter-gatherers before them, and then there's the Indo-Europeans. And those are the three main groups Europeans descend from. And I kind of always had it in my head that, you would kind of think that probably the early Neolithic farmers they had that like kind of long face, like, Mediterranean type looking nose, kind of longer nose. I kind of assumed that's what they would look like, but then um, I remember looking at the site a little bit years ago, and I was surprised that the Sardinians, who are the most early Neolithic, the most related to the early Neolithic farmers in terms of modern populations, they actually had short, stubby faces, which was like the opposite of what I would have thought. Um, then it was kind of like this. So I'm thinking I could guess like Sardinia. I feel like I'm giving this explanation. I'm gonna be just like way off because this is probably more Middle Eastern, maybe. I'm kind of torn on this. It could be Sardinian. It could be like Southern European. But where in Southern Europe to go? Like, where would I go for? Maybe if I just go for Greece, that's the safest bet. Hmm. I guess it could also be North African. It's a difficult one. Hair's pretty black. Like, I'm tempted to go for Southern Spain here, but yeah, I don't know. No, fuck, is that a good guess? I guess maybe Southern Italy would be but it doesn't really look that Italian. I go for Crete. Should I go for that? I'll go for that. That's a bizarre guess, isn't it? I'm gonna go for that anyway. Okay. I mean, okay, it was kind of a southern. Oh, Sardinian. I fucking said Sardinian too. I didn't fucking guess it. Fuck, I should have guessed Sardinian. That was what I was thinking. The short, stubby face, like I said. That sucks. At least I have that on record that I thought that and didn't guess it and went against my gut. At least this video is proof that my gut has been pretty accurate, kinda. Uh, really should have gone with Sardinian. Anyway, let's move on. My score was still pretty high. Still general Southern European was alright. Whatever. This looks like the type of person who would eat you. Like this looks like a cannibal tribe in Papua New Guinea, and they look like they would try to eat you. If like they could get away with it, they would roast you over fire. Okay, I was a little bit off, but I'm pretty sure like that just looks like I don't know why, like but you get what I'm saying. Look at that. That face has there's no soul behind that face. There's just dead eyes. That person wants to eat you. Like, come on. I know you see it too. You can't accuse me of racism. Okay, this is a weird rare one. What the hell is this? Hmm, interesting one. Could be Melanesian, could be maybe Sri Lankan, like South Indian. Again, the average hair length is quite long for the men. Is that like, I remember a Sri Lankan one threw me off with that because didn't think that their average hair length would actually be long. They're pretty dark though. Like when you think of Melanesians, like those Papua New Guinea, like I guess they could be dark as well. These ones really could be from like Vanuatu or something. Their faces don't really have that like um robustness. They don't have the robustness that you tend to see in the Papua New Guinea types or the Aboriginal Australian types. So this one's a little bit of an interesting one. Like I feel like it might be one of these islands. Looks like kind of what you would see on these islands, but or is this where North Sentinel Island is? Somewhere around here. Um, hmm. I was gonna say, but those islands are like on contact. I guess there are some that are contacted and have a native population. This is a confusing one. Like, could this? They kind of look wild, basically. They look like a. And would they really be that wild in Sri Lanka? And like, you can kind of even see they're like. It looks like the average. It looks like they're not even wearing clothes. Like this is like a tribe that has like recently come into civilization. But they do. Fuck, this one's gonna. My score's pretty good too. This one's gonna fuck me up, isn't it? If I get this right, I might. Like, I think if I get a perfect score on this one, it will be my highest. Another thing I'm randomly thinking is like maybe like the people here. No, I don't think that's right. Could it be something here too? This one, hmm. Basically, I'm torn between either guessing Sri Lanka or one of these islands. Is that a bit of a head scarf? I can't tell. Maybe. They just, it looks like they're like not even wearing clothes though in the average. So that would suggest like, maybe one of these like kind of tropical islands. Then again, they also kind of look like Sri Lankan, Indian. Fuck. This is tough. The hair also looks like a bit curly, like kind of unkept hair. Where is this population from? Sorry, I know I'm taking a long time, but I'm like my score is high. Um, it all comes down to this guess really, and it's it's confusing me. Fuck, do I just go with Sri Lanka? Maybe like do people from Madagascar look like that? I don't know. I'm gonna go for do I go for Vanuatu? Some shit like that. I'll go for this island. Is that my final answer? Fuck it, let's go. Fuck! I knew it was Sri Lanka. That ruined my score. Damn it. I knew that was the safest bet too. That fucked my game up. Well, at least again, I was on record of kind of knowing what it was. Still got it wrong, but at least I fucking said what I thought it was beforehand. Anyway, that's got close to beating my score. Like I wonder if I could have got a bullseye, that would have been my highest score yet. Kind of sucks. Um, yeah. Anyway, what else is there to say? That's it for this video.